in general, I don't think Carson is a concern to parents everywhere because he's going to snatch your kid and is attracted to children. I don't believe that. But I don't think that what he did was good either. But I also don't care enough to talk about it in Farm Drama Likes.
So my friend here, Justin, he's already taken, and he's cracked at Fortnite, my guy. But most importantly, he just told me that you're not yet subscribed. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we're aiming for 100,000 subs by June, and if you're not gonna help me, then get about my trap house. Anyways, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a great day. I actually had a pretty good day myself, thanks for asking. Now today, I wanted to talk about an update with the CallMeCarson situation, because some stuff has recently gone down that has confused a lot of people, and I want to clear it up. Something that recently happened has left a lot of people confused. Some people are drawing conclusions. Some people are just straight up making up their own versions of the entire CallMeCarson situation, and people are buying it. It's insane. Now, for those of you who know what happened with the Carson situation, but weren't really too sure on the specifics, I need to lay out some things really quickly. What happened with CallMeCarson was between him and one other girl. CallMeCarson had exchanged explicit messages with a girl named Sam when he was 19 and she was 17. Now, if you're expecting me to go into the legality and morality of this, I'm not going to. Although I will say one thing's for sure, this whole thing has been blown out of proportion to a crazy extent. I firmly believe that if Carson had played his cards correctly, that his career would be alive and healthy today. That's not to say that he had done nothing wrong, but not talking about it and not addressing it does not help. I think if CallMeCarson had responded in the same way that Pyrocynical had, things would definitely be a lot better for him right now, but since he hasn't responded, I look at it the same way as I would not showing up to court. If you don't supply proof to defend yourself and don't give your side of the story, you're gonna be found guilty, and he has kind of been considered guilty by the entire internet, which is pretty much proven by the fact that he's lost over 200,000 subscribers from this thing. But anyway, something happened recently, which is making a lot of people believe that CallMeCarson is innocent, and that this whole situation was just somebody accusing Carson for clout. So like I mentioned before, Carson and this one girl, Sam, had been exchanging messages, and obviously as this whole thing was going down, this girl, Sam, released a Twitter statement pretty much saying this: grooming P3dophilia Carson situation. I can personally come out and say that I have been groomed by Carson. I have talked to many people and never came out about this until now. At the time, I was 17 and still in high school. Now, ever since the dust has settled, there have been some fake screenshots that have been allegedly from that same Sam account on Twitter, pretty much saying that this whole grooming stuff was made up. Now, I thought it would be fairly obvious that if something like that was to be made up, then Carson would have responded saying this is all lies, Keemstar would have been crucified for airing the story, and obviously the accuser themselves would have been bullied off the internet and probably deactivated. But pretty much how I found out about this whole fake screenshot fad is I was on TikTok the other night, and I was scrolling through my For You page, and obviously the For You page is based on some of your interests and stuff, and I suppose that the algorithm had seen I'd interacted with some previous posts about CallMeCarson, so they showed me this post with a guy standing underneath the fake tweet that said I made up all this Carson stuff, and he captioned it like, wow, I can't believe that this was all fake, and it says something like that, but let me show you this TikTok. So yeah, obviously this caption says, false accusations should be illegal, bro. And then obviously attached is this tweet. I am an attention seeker and I deeply apologize for my actions. I ruined a man's career and so should mine be too. Shame on his friends who backstabbed him, and shame on Keemstar for leaving out key information. To all of Carson's fan community, Carson did nothing wrong. Hashtag CallMeCarson. And the second tweet here says, I have finally made a decision and just come out and tell you truly, even if it's too late. Carson is not a P3dophile. Carson isn't even a groomer. Carson did not manipulate me in any way. I was just gullible. And you specifically, Keemstar, took all key information to prove he was. So in case it wasn't obvious, these screenshots are fake, although the Twitter @ does seem to match up with the original Twitter @ for the person who had exposed Carson. That account is actually not the same account that originally was used to expose Carson. Now what actually happened is this person, Sam, deactivated their Twitter account after all of the backlash she had gotten from diehard Carson fans. So what happens is whenever somebody deactivates their Twitter account, their handle is up for grabs by anybody, right? So like if CallMeCarson deactivated his Twitter, the @CallMeCarson would be available to anybody making a new account. So what I'm gonna assume happened is after Sam deactivated her Twitter account, somebody grabbed the or like the same handle that she had, and this person was presumably a CallMeCarson fan, and then they made these tweets that looked like they were coming from the CallMeCarson victim or whatever, but they were really made by some random person who used the same profile picture and the same handle. Now, although it is unfortunate that people are so gullible and won't even bother to take like 2 minutes of research that it would take to see that this account is not the actual CallMeCarson victim account, I think it definitely should say something that people are immediately seeing this and suggesting that CallMeCarson should have never been canceled. It's very sad because these two fake tweets have allowed a lot of the people who don't even believe Carson should have lost his career to really just voice that opinion and not be receiving backlash. But no, unfortunately, to anybody who has ever been a fan of CallMeCarson and saw these tweets as a beacon of hope perhaps to CallMeCarson's career, unfortunately these are fake. Now with that being said, everything involved in this situation can be worded or, you know, explained in a way that makes Carson sound more innocent or more guilty. You can still be completely truthful in the way that you describe the situation, and just based on the words that you use, people will either side with Carson or be against him. If you say something like, oh yeah, CallMeCarson was S3Xing one of his underage fans, that sounds really bad. But you could also say, you know, a fan of an up-and-coming YouTuber who was only a year younger than him ended up, you know, getting involved in him in a romantic way. That one sounds way less bad, but it's also still true. Now, I don't want to talk innocent/guilty like I said earlier, but one thing I know for sure is that CallMeCarson is not currently in jail to my knowledge. From what I know, he's not attending the EDP 445 fan meetup yet, because if you don't know, in the last video where I talked about Carson, I talked about how he was active on twitch.tv, and he's also recently been very active on his Steam account. He actually rickrolled a bunch of people who knew his Steam account. I think about a week ago, he changed his Steam profile picture to a QR code that when scanned brings you up to the Never Gonna Let You Down, Never Gonna Give You Up song on YouTube. So yeah, I don't think he's getting sent behind bars or anything, but I certainly don't know if he's coming back to YouTube. But like I mentioned in my previous video, with everything that's been happening with James Charles, the fact that CallMeCarson has received objectively more backlash than him is absolutely absurd. Also, CallMeCarson is 21 right now, so this thing had happened, I believe, 2 years ago or something, and the actual numerous victims that have been in contact with James Charles has all gone down in the past couple of months, so, dude, this whole thing is just so crazy when you compare them side by side. But yeah, that is gonna wrap it up for this video. If you guys have enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're at all new to the channel. Comment down taco if you have made it to the end of this video, and I will try to heart your comment. Special thanks to my channel members for your continued support. It really helps me out to make the content that I want to make. Go follow me over on my social medias and join the Discord server. Links all in the description below. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.